So you're trying to find some more buyers in our market here in 2022 and trying to find the quickest way or the best way to go ahead and obtain them. Well, in this video, we're going to go over 11 hacks to find qualified buyers in our market this year. So stick around. What's up, everybody? This is Tim Whittemore with the Whittemore Group here with eXp Realty. We're coming at you with another video and information to help you become more successful as a real estate agent. We do believe that you are the sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Let me be one of those voices to help you get to the place where you want to be in your career. So let's go ahead and go through some of these hacks, if you will, of what you need to do to find qualified buyers. Now, my colleagues in real estate have produced a bunch of these, and there's been a lot of them that have been kind of copied. I'm going to caveat that with first, but I also am going to give you my true experience of what has worked in the last year and has continued to work this year, not only for myself, for my mentees, for my coaching clients, and for my team members. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what that looks like. Number 1 is your SOI and your network of people. Now, you're probably like, yeah, Tim, everybody says to use your SOI. Well, it is the best way to find your qualified buyers. Because let's talk about it. Your SOI is what? It is your sphere of influence, which are people that like you, already know you, and hopefully trust you. If they don't meet those 3 criteria, then they're probably not your SOI. So if you already know somebody that knows, likes, and trusts you, then having a third-party endorsement to go, yeah, trust this person, is going to be way more powerful than you spending several $100s or more in certain markets on paid leads from Zillow or Realtor.com or Homes.com or something like that. Okay, so your SOI, all it costs is you to pick up your phone and give somebody a call and keep in touch with them, okay? And also use your networking skills with that as well. So if you know somebody else that's, say, a handyman or a banker or something like that, and you're able to refer those people business, they'll usually do it in kind and give you that sort of thing back. Now, if you want more information on this specific strategy, use or look up the 7 Levels of Communication book. It is going to explain in very, very good detail. If you like to listen to these, use the audiobook. That's what I typically do. It's a little cheesy, but what should I say? I mean, you're listening to me now. But really good content for you to go ahead and check out and give you a whole strategy on working your SOI. All right, number 2 is using an IDEX website and promoting it. So depending upon what brokerage that you're with, some will give you a website that has IDEX on it. What the heck is that? Well, what it means is that you can link the access you have to your local MLS to your website. So now people can go onto your website and search homes. So, hey, come to my website, register on my website, which of course, registering your website then gives you a lead, right? And you can search all the homes in our local area. So to do that, you simply just need to promote that. Whether you're going to promote it through Google, through Facebook, or whatever, you want to go ahead and do that. Now here with eXp, it's very, very easy to do so. We'll give you a really, really powerful website that's linked with a CRM. It's called KB Core, and it's super, super powerful. And you only spend $50 a month for it, when it's typically it could be thousands of dollars per month. Now, one great thing that they do have for that is that you can go ahead and create landing pages and squeeze pages. And what I mean by that is that it literally tells you, hey, create this search. I want just homes here. We're here in the Destin-Fort Walton Beach area, but hey, we've got homes in Destin that are sitting on the water, or condos, waterfront condos. And throw it on social media, throw it on Facebook and say, hey, check out our list of the newest waterfront homes. And then people will click on it, register on your website, and there you go, got some leads, all right? Now, number 3 is to run ads on Facebook. Now, I just explained to you how you can run squeeze pages, which is great because all those people that you already are connected to will go ahead and take a look at it, at least see it, hopefully click on it. But you can run ads specifically targeting people in certain areas on Facebook, and you can create that ad. Now, Facebook does have boosting, which is okay, where you can boost it and it'll go to friends of friends and things like that in a concentrated area that you can go in. But if you actually run Facebook ads and you go through the whole ad sets and use the Facebook business back end product and create it that way, there's just a great potential that you can have to pull qualified people and target a lot better than you can just generally by boosting a post. Number 4 is to build a referral network with other agents. Now here with EXP, if you do join our brokerage here, we have a whole thing dedicated to referrals from here and across the world. We have a version of social media that's kind of like a Facebook, we call it Workplace. And in there are several different referral networks that you can be part of. And simply by perusing that a couple of times a day, you can procure referrals from other agents. And that agent will probably charge you somewhere between 20 to 30% of whatever the commission is if it closes. So no money do you have to go forward. Just go, yes, I can help your buyer or seller. So if you don't have that, and you're in different brokerages, some brokerages have their own. However, you can go onto Facebook or other social media or referral websites and then join those groups. And anytime somebody flags and says, hey, I'm looking for, insert your area, somebody to represent a buyer, you can go out there and go, yes, I can. And now you have somebody that is usually representing somebody that already knows, like, and trusts them. And it's just as good as a third party referral that you would get with your own SOI. Number 5 is get to renters. You can call them, you can mail them. My suggestion for this is to call them, mainly because it's going to cost you a heck of a lot more money to mail than it is to call. And if you have an actual conversation with somebody, it's going to be way more powerful than somebody getting a postcard, reading it, and then throwing it in the trash, right? So, or a letter. Both of them work. Just know that you're going to have to put in probably 4 times as much effort to get those sort of mailers and money and time than it would just to call a list of them. Where can you find those lists? Well, it's going to be dependent upon your market. You can find Landvoice, RedX, Vulcan 7. There's a ton of different products out there where you can get numbers to call renters. Mojo. All right, number 6, create a community on a Facebook page and then farm it. So this is an interesting concept. So if you go into a community, and we'll just say here in Destin, we find a community, it's Indian Lakes. And Indian Lakes doesn't have an HOA community. Well, you can create it, right? You can create it and then go ahead and invite everybody that's in there, and then you're the moderator of it. You can choose whether or not you want to have real estate agents in there or not. And you can make sure that you, when promoting it, you look like the expert that knows that area. So you're kind of micro-niching a certain area, and you can do it in multiple different places, as long as you're providing value to that community. Now, what if that community already has a Facebook page? Still very easy. You can jump into it and register for the site. Hopefully they'll let you in. Most of them will. And once you get into that private group, instead of posting directly like you would if you own the group of, hey, here's what's going on in our market, you can take those names and then private message them at certain iterations, usually at once a month. And the best way to do this is to create a little short video of yourself and go, hey, here's the statistics for this month inside Indian Lakes. And people will love that. And you'll get plenty of referrals from it eventually. All right, number 7. And I will caveat in number 6 that a lot of this will also help you get sellers. So farming typically is more of a seller space, but you can also get buyers as well. Okay, again, number 7 is to run a social media campaign and use your personal page. So there's a lot of different places that you can go. They'll say, hey, here's your business page. Let's promote business. And then you have your personal page and you're like, that's just going to be personal. Well, as a real estate agent, you have a choice. Your personal page is way more powerful to pull business from than your business. Your business page typically is meant for two things, at least now, as of the date of this video, which is one, to run ads. You can't run ads unless you have a business page. And two is to show them that you're in real estate. And we'll just call it business validity, is basically what it is. Oh, they do real estate, right? Other than that, your personal page should be a lead generation system. So when I say a social media campaign, what I want you to do is set something up. It could be as simply as the 10-10-10 theory on it, where you go in every single day and you like or react 10 different posts. You're going to comment on 10 different posts, and then you're going to private message 10 different people. Now, it doesn't have to be with real estate, preferably, but if it doesn't, and it's just a, hey, how you doing, that's still great. Because if you ask somebody how they're doing, they're inevitably going to ask you how you're doing, and then you can bring up real estate. See, it's actually pretty easy. So as simple as that, but there's much, much bigger campaigns out there. You guys are welcome to take a look at our page and see what we're doing, because we're getting a heck of a lot of success from it. All right, 8 is to do video marketing. Hey, that's what we're doing right now. But you can do video marketing, whether it's short videos, whether it's live videos, whether it's YouTube videos, some sort of videos that you can put out there that's got your face, that shows you as the subject matter expert. Okay? We used to do Facebook Lives once a week at the same time to become episodic. We've also did a little bit of short content through small videos that we'd throw out through Instagram and went into Facebook. And we would find all these different things to get us some traction, to let people know us on a personal level, because that's what they want. You're trying to get those people to know, like, and trust you before they even have a conversation with you. But there's lots of different options out there for that. Number 9 is to geofarm a neighborhood. All right, so geofarm, huh? Well, what does that mean? So you find a neighborhood that you want to go with. And then within that specific neighborhood, go ahead and find a listing, whether it's somebody else's listing from your brokerage or maybe a different brokerage that's allowing you to promote it. But basically find a listing in that area. Go ahead and hold an open house for it. Door knock the neighborhood, okay? When you're door knocking the neighborhood or circle prospect, call them on the phone, go ahead and do all of those things to try to get a listing of your own. Okay? And when you do that, you're going to geofarm that entire area until you can get another listing. So you're going to go out there and drop flyers off. You're going to call them on the phone. You may put a Facebook ad to that specific community. You know, if you've already had a community page, you're going to, send information out to them. But you're going to consistently stay in one neighborhood over time. And as you have one listing or promote somebody else's listing, you're going to call around, hey, this one just sold. Or this one just got listed. And you're going to talk to those same people so they get to know you as the area expert, and then of course refer you business over time. Just know that this does take some time. It does get you more listings than it does buyers, but know that every one listing you get, you should get 2 buyers from it as long as you market it correctly. Even in today's market where listings are flying off the shelf. Okay. Number 10, we're almost there, is to use paid sources. Some of the good paid sources that are working are pretty darn expensive, okay? Zillow is probably the most expensive that's out there, but it does provide you with leads that are ready to purchase very, very soon or now. Being a Zillow Premier agent, they'll give you a call, hand you off with somebody that's already on the phone. You didn't even make an outbound call. They called you. All right? You'll also, depending upon how much you're paying for them to become that Premier agent, you'll be ranked in the 1, 2, or 3, on the top agents that are in a specific area. So people will just find your face and call you. And it's also really good for agent-to-agent referrals as well. So Zillow is probably the most costly, but it will get you some business. I don't suggest that you pay for any lead sources that big until you start to do sales first. I know some agents are like, I'm just going to pay for them and I'll just keep working them. But if you don't have a a backlog of money, to keep this going for the contract time, then I don't suggest doing that at all. Now, you also have Google local service ads, you have Realtor.com, you have all these other ones that you can pay for. Google local service ads are probably one of the most predominant ones that have come out right now. And it's still pretty new. Google's kind of got this Midas touch, is whatever they touch turns to gold, right? So if you want to be part of this, it's simple. Just go into Google local services, just Google it, right? And then once you do that, it will put you through and you can get on there. The biggest part about this is to make sure that you've been Google screened, and then you can pay for leads as they come in. This isn't a monthly subscription, which is awesome. So you can set your budget to wherever you need it to be for whatever stage of business that you're at. So definitely check out that. Last one I got for you is to join referral agreements. So here's a list of some of the ones that at least work in our area, and I'm sure there's a ton more, where you can go ahead and sign up for these different leads. And the leads will be kind of a toss-up of, hey, we've got somebody that needs to buy in your area, who wants to take this referral? Now, there are different companies that are going to give out referrals, but you don't pay them until that property closes. So this is really good, right? So you have no money that you had to put down forward. It's just like an agent-to-agent referral, except that it's probably going to be 30 to 35% of which you're going to have to pay from your commission back towards the referral sources if and when it does close. No money out of pocket. So as a newer agent that's just trying to build up their past client database, this is a great way to go with that. You want some names? Here's a couple of names. Go ahead and look at Ojo. That's ojo.com. You can also look up Veterans United. You don't have to be a veteran to do this, although it helps. Veterans United is another referral source that you can use. There's Agent Pronto is another one that you can take a look at, and many, many more. So go ahead and look at those different platforms and see which one will be good for you. Just be careful when you do look at those, because you're going to get marketed by a whole bunch of other different ones going in, and read the contract to make sure that you're not paying anything above and beyond per month to be on their list, or that you're not paying above and beyond the 35% or whatever, and what those agreements look at. So do your due diligence with them, but they can be a great resource to build your business. All right, well, that's all I have for the 11 hacks to find qualified buyers in real estate here in 2022 and hopefully future. I hope you got some value from it. If you do have any questions, please go ahead and leave it here in the comments below. And if you're curious about joining our brokerage or have questions about group coaching or one-on-one coaching, go ahead and give me a call, text, or email. Find me on social media. Whatever you got to do, I got your back when trying to be promoted up through real estate and being that rock star agent. So again, I'm Tim Whittemore with the Whittemore Group, and we'll see you in our next video. Take care.